Good morning, y'all. How are you guys doing? Good morning. We welcome you this morning to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Northern Nevada, where it is our mission to grow together in love, faith, justice, and joy. My name is Xiomara Rodriguez, and my pronouns are her, she, and ella. I'm so honored and humble to serve today as your worship associate. I also would like to remind all of you that we are meeting at the ancestral land of the Paiute, Shoshone, and Washoe tribes, and must be very mindful of our profound debt to our indigenous brothers and sisters. Whatever it is, you need to share it. It's the spirit of the season. The Polar Express emphasizes the importance of sharing and spreading goodwill during the holiday season. The true spirit of Christmas lies in your heart. The Polar Express reminds us that the true meaning of Christmas is not found in material gifts, but in love and the joy that resides in each one of us. With all this in mind, I would like to welcome you all here, no matter where you are today. If inside the sanctuary or online on Zoom, we welcome you here. We welcome you regardless of racial identity, social, economic, age, immigration status, sexual orientation, or gender ID. We welcome you, and we are so glad you're here, especially today. It's going to be a fun day. If this is your first time here and or your 150th time here, we're glad you're here. We ask you to all respect the folks who choose to continue social distance practice, open communication with one another, and be intentional about honoring personal boundaries. To those of you on Zoom, you guys, like always, will be muted, as always. So don't get mad at us. Just put your comments on the chat box. And if you can also stay following the service for coffee, time, and conversation. So no matter where you are today, sit back and enjoy our service. We came here to hear our voice, our truth. Welcome. And now, if you want to, how about if we all get up and welcome each one in whichever way you want. A wave, a foot, elbow, and if you want to, even a hug. And this is a time where we're going to have some announcements. I would like to ask our President, Jackie Riley, to come up and talk to us a second on behalf of the board.
Good morning. I have some messages for you from the board, and it's good to see some of our board members here. There was a miscommunication, and we didn't have our Talk to the Board listening circle this month. We'll have 2 of them in January, and then we'll start offering 1 a month after that, starting in February. We hope you'll join those discussions as we move through this time of transition and changes. You can always talk to any of the board members or send an email to board@uufnn.org. Hope you can remember that one. That email goes to all of our board members and Reverend Shelley. Another announcement is that the Board of Trustees is very pleased to announce our transition team. And as I call your names, if you're here and you're on that transition team, maybe stand up or wave, whatever's most comfortable for you. We have Billy Lee Dunford Jackson, Kathleen Burton, Kathleen and Wally aren't here, Carol Chenard, she's here, Carol's here, she was at Forum, Nancy Hart, it's the holidays, it's hard for folks to get here, and Lib Hutchison. Thank you all. And Terry DeBarger, sorry. Thank you. I know, I was like, I hear somebody yelling. Skimmed past your name, not intentionally, Terry. Sure. Our transition team will be working the next 2 years to help guide us through this time of transition as we go from an interim minister to a settled minister. Watch for announcements in the e-news about how to participate in the various opportunities to share your ideas. They will help discern how we want to be in community with each other and the wider community, and the type of settled minister that we want here at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. The transition team will share the information that they gather with the board, the Committee on Shared Ministry, and members, as well as provide it to our Settled Minister Search Committee. And that committee won't be formed until later next spring. Please keep in mind that this is a time of transitions. We've been through a lot of transitions in the last 3 years, and we're not done, I'm sorry to say. I think life is continual transitions, right? Exactly, as the gentleman there said. It's a time of change. Change can be stressful. Talk with us, talk with each other, listen, relax, and take care of yourselves and others when you can. As always, I'm proud to serve as your president this year, and I hope you'll reach out with joys, concerns, and questions. Happy holidays, and I'll call Lois up next.
Well, first of all, attention to everyone. The next library board meeting is this Wednesday at 5 p.m. at the downtown library, or you can go online, look up Washoe County Library System and figure out how to join online. These meetings have been stacked with people opposing books with LGBTQ themes. We must defend our libraries from censorship of any kind. Join Gaia Brown, Dave, and me Wednesday night at 5 p.m. downtown library. Now, Adrian.
Good morning, lovely humans. My name is Adrienne Fisher, and my pronouns are she and her. I am going to just give a very quick update on Ribbon of Joy. Number one, it's over and super successful, so yay! We delivered 66 gifts via 23 different families from our UUFNN community to 5 families, totaling about 20 individuals in our WACS, Women and Children Center of the Sierras on Neil Road. And we were lucky enough to get to see one of the families come pick up their gifts, and they were very joyful. It was pretty cute because the dad is a single father. He had a little boy, just one child, and he didn't realize all the gifts he was going to receive, so he came walking, as he doesn't have a car, and he was kind of overwhelmed because there was no way for him to get all of his gifts home. So he called a family member. We were going to take him, but I think he felt a little more comfortable. He called a family member who came and picked him up, and they literally had to load up the entire car. So we shared our love and our joy, and I just want to say that Ribbon of Joy is just a way that we live out our UU values. And we are lucky enough to have Bounty that we can share with people who need it all year long. So be sure you're looking for all those great opportunities to share your love. It was wonderful to spend the time with Lois, Sue Steph, and Karen Franks, as well as all the people who came and delivered. Laura and her family were there, Midori and her family were there. And so look for those opportunities and remember that that's how we show that we believe in the worth and dignity of all people. So hopefully we'll see more of you next year. Happy holidays.
Good morning, everyone. I'm the Reverend Shelley Thompson. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm the minister here at UUFNN, much to my delight. It is so good to be together today. I'm happy to see so many people here to have our wonderful Christmas Polar Express party with us. It's going to be so much fun. You know, remembering the magic of Christmas and the miracle that is Santa Claus is a great way to get into the holiday spirit. And light our chalice for us this morning. It can be hard to believe in the possibility of peace and justice and love. Sometimes we have to see to believe, and other times we have to believe to see. May the light of our chalice grant us the clarity of vision and the courage of heart to do both. And now, please rise and join us in singing Deck the Halls.
La
This service is a little different because it's our all ages Christmas holiday tradition to get together like this and have all our kids be here with us. So a few of our normal elements are a little bit different, a little abbreviated. And so it will be with joys and sorrows. We will not have a congregational lighting of candles, but I will light our 3 candles for us. One for the joys and good news, and one for the sorrows and challenges and cares, and one for our global community where there is so much to pray for and so much that is on our hearts right now and in the coming days as well as the holidays happen. And I will pause. I'll light the joy candle first. And there'll be a time, if you have a joy to share, you can speak that out. You can speak the name of your loved one. You can whisper it if you like. And we'll have an opportunity to share those out loud. And the same will be true for the sorrows and the cares candle. We'll take time to do that. And then we'll take time for our global candle. Thank you all. We're going to transition now into our offering and share the plate with Nathan. Oh, I'm sorry, Jamar. Of course, not Nathan. Gio's going to do that for us.
Try to do this. Okay, guys, here we go. This is the time in our service where we take the offering that will allow us to exercise that all-important generosity of spirit and offering that will support the self-supporting church and all its ministry. The gifts of the congregation will be mostly gratefully received. For those of us physically here in the sanctuary, we will be passing the baskets. For those of you on Zoom, you can do your offering virtually by texting 73256, putting UUFNN in the message box, hit send, and then follow the instructions. You can also mail the check to the office at 780 Del Monte Lane, Reno, Nevada, 89511. And the slick and best way to do it is to donate by automatic giving. Contact the office or go online and fill out the form. It's really easy and it helps a lot. Here in UUFNN each month, we also give folks the opportunity to share their generosity by sharing with a designated nonprofit organization. This month in November is Key is Believing, SIB is Reno-based organization whose mission is to promote support and ease access to all types of sports for all kids. We coordinate with the Washoe County District School District calendar to provide sports and community service focus day camps during school breaks for all kids ages 5 to 14. SIB also offers after-school programs and sessions-long coaching programs. And now, although we're in the middle of it, let the offering begin.
Thank you. Hang on one second, Marilee. And I know this is also unusual, but we are also in the midst of a capital campaign. It's a stressful time of year to be doing something like this, but hopefully you received your letter from the board about the HVAC capital campaign that's underway. And the folks that have been investigating that and finding options for us worked so hard on it. And now we're needing to ask all of you to pitch in so that we can replace the entire HVAC system so that we have stable, reliable heating and cooling in here that we know we absolutely need for everything we do. So I just wanted to remind you of that and let you take a look at that letter that we sent out through MailChimp. And if you didn't get it, let us know. And it will also detail for you all the different ways that there are to share your amazing generosity with us in preserving our UUFNN home. Thank you.
Now, I would like to, it is a different day today, isn't it? It is a different day today. How about if we all together bless our offerings? For the work of this church, whose more people grow in love, faith, justice, and joy, we take it ourselves, and these are offerings.
Our choir has prepared a beautiful anthem of Silver Bells for you today. But if you feel like singing along with us, do so and join us in celebrating the holiday season.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laugh
Good morning. My name is Nathan Bakken. I am the Director of Faith Exploration and Transformative Learning here at the UU Fellowship of Northern Nevada. And every holiday season, our community gathers our children, our families, our young people to do a reading of the Polar Express. And this is the first year we're doing it as a whole community. And so I want to invite everybody, as we read this story, allow yourself to be the child that you are. Allow yourself to run wild with the imagination, with the stories, with the images, and allow a little bit of the Christmas cheer that this story offers us to meet us today. On Christmas Eve, many years ago, I lay quietly in my bed. I did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently, a sound a friend had told me I'd never hear. The ringing of Santa's sleigh. I was listening for it. There's no Santa, my friend insisted, but I knew he was wrong. Late that night, I did hear sounds, though not the ringing of bells. From outside came the sounds of hissing steam, tss, squeaking metal. And I looked through my window and saw a train standing in front of my house. It was wrapped in an apron of snow. Snowflakes fell around it, and a conductor at the open door of one of the cars took a large pocket watch from his vest, then looked up at my window. I put on my slippers and my robe, and I tiptoed down the stairs and right out the door. "All aboard!" the conductor cried out. I ran up to him. "Well," he said, "are you coming?" "Where?" I asked. "Why, to the North Pole, of course. This is the Polar Express." I took his outstretched hand, and he pulled me aboard. The train was filled with other children, all in their nightgowns and pajamas. We sang Christmas carols and ate candies with nougat at the center. We drank hot cocoa as thick and rich as melted chocolate bars, and outside, the lights of the towns and villages flickered in the distance as the Polar Express raced northward. Soon, there were no more lights to be seen. We traveled through cold and dark forests where lean wolves roamed and white-tailed rabbits hid as our train thundered through the quiet wilderness. We climbed mountains so high it seemed as if we would scrape the moon. But the Polar Express never slowed down. Faster and faster and faster, we ran along, rolling over the peaks, down the valleys like a car on a roller coaster. The mountains turned into hills. The hills turned into snow-covered plains. Soon, we crossed a barren desert of ice, the Great Polar Ice Cap. Like Elsa's palace, exactly. Lights appeared in the distance. They looked like the lights of a strange ocean liner sailing on a frozen sea. "There," said the conductor, "is the North Pole." The North Pole. It was huge. It was a city standing alone at the top of the world, filled with factories where every Christmas toy was made. At first, we saw no elves. "They're gathering at the center of the city," the conductor told us. "That is where Santa will give the first gift of Christmas." "Who receives the first gift of Christmas?" we all asked. The conductor answered, "He'll choose one of you." "Look!" shouted one of the children, "the elves!" Outside, we saw hundreds of elves as our train drew closer to the center of the North Pole and we slowed to a crawl. So the crowded streets with Santa's helpers, when this Polar Express could go no further, we stopped and the conductor led us outside. We pressed through the crowd to the edge of a large open circle. In front of us stood Santa's sleigh. The reindeer were excited. They pranced and paced, ringing the silver sleigh bells that hung from their harnesses. It was a magical sound, like nothing I had ever heard. Across the circle, the elves moved apart and Santa Claus appeared, and the elves cheered wildly, "Woo! Woo! Santa! Woo!" He marched over to us and pointed at me. "Let's have this fellow right here." He jumped into his sleigh, the conductor handed me up, and I sat on Santa's knee, and he asked, "Now what would you like for Christmas?" I knew that I could have any gift I could imagine. But the thing I wanted most for Christmas was not inside of Santa's giant bag. What I wanted more than anything was one silver bell from Santa's sleigh. When I asked, Santa smiled. He gave me a hug and told an elf to cut a bell from a reindeer's harness. The elf tossed it up to Santa. He stood, holding the bell high above him, and called out, "The first gift of Christmas!" A clock struck midnight as the elves roared their approval. "Woo! Yeah! First gift of Christmas! Woo!" Santa handed me the bell to me, and I put it in my bathrobe pocket. The conductor helped me down from the sleigh. Santa shouted out the reindeers' names and cracked his whip. His team charged forward and climbed into the air. Santa was circling above us and then disappeared into the cold, dark night. As soon as we were back inside the Polar Express, the other children asked to see my bell. And I reached into my pocket, but the only thing I felt was a hole. I had lost the silver bell from Santa's sleigh. "Hurry, go outside, we need to look for it," one of the children said. But suddenly the train gave a lurch and started moving, and we were on our way home. It broke my heart to lose the bell. When the train reached my house, I sadly left the other children. I stood at my doorway and waved goodbye. The conductor said something from the moving train, but I couldn't hear him. "What?" I yelled out, and he cupped his hands around his mouth. "Merry Christmas!" he shouted. The Polar Express let out a loud blast from its whistle and sped away. On Christmas morning, my little sister Sarah and I opened our presents. When it looked as if everything had been unwrapped, Sarah found one last small box behind the tree, and it had my name on it. Inside, can you guess what it was? The silver bell. And there was a note. "Found this on the seat of my sleigh. Go fix that hole in your pocket." Signed, Mr. C. I shook the bell, and it made the most beautiful sound my sister and I had ever heard. But my mother said, "Oh, that's too bad." "Yeah," said my father. "Why is it broken?" When I'd shake the bell, my parents couldn't hear a sound. At one time, most of my friends could hear the bell. But as years passed, it fell silent for all of them. Even Sarah found one Christmas that she could no longer hear its sweet sound. And though I've grown old, the bell still rings for me as it does for all who truly believe. What was that? I think I hear bells. Santa! I want to invite all of our young people to raise their hand to ensure that they get a special gift from Santa. Everybody say thank you, Santa. Thank you, Santa. I'm going to invite Reverend Shelley up in just a moment to bring our service to a close. Shelley, do you mind if I just explain? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oops. We have a song for all of you. My bad.
Please rise as you're willing and able and join us in singing Jingle Bells.
What fun it is to ride and sing a
That's a silly song. I like it. Oh, we're getting to the good part. We're getting to the good part. I have a chalice extinguishing for us called Use Our Inner Lights from Amanda Alice Lewin. Together, we have enjoyed the warmth and beauty of stories of this flame and of this special community. As our chalice flame is extinguished this morning, we can still remember that its glow is carried within us. We can use our inner lights and this flame to kindle new sparks throughout our lives and into the world. May the spirit of peace and togetherness bless your lives.
And before we play some music to officially close us out, I want to invite you all to stay after our service for a little holiday party. I want to invite you all to look around the room, and you'll see tables with tablecloths and all kinds of things on them. This is not just for children. This is for the child inside all of us. I want to encourage everyone to have some fun this morning and this afternoon. We have a gingerbread house decorating station next to the Polar Express. There are two houses there. One is a house of peace and one is a house of joy. I want to invite those to be your inspirations for how we collectively decorate them. Right in the very back by Carol, can you wave? Is a cookie decorating station. There are a lot of sugar cookies, so many sugar cookies. Please take sugar cookies home. There are to-go containers and plates. In the center is an ornament creation station with paints and ornaments for you to make something for your tree, or if you want to make something for our tree. And then we have a build your own hot chocolate kit station. So if you need to head out right away and you want to grab a little treat for yourself or for a loved one at home, you can create a little to-go cup with a hot chocolate packet and your choice of toppings. And finally, we have a card making station to make cards for some of our members who live far away, for members who are housebound, as well as a station to do holiday letter writing for CLF's program for incarcerated UUs to help support our members who are inside the system, our friends, our family, our fellow UUs, to send some holiday cheer to them as well. And yeah, CLF is the Church of the Larger Fellowship, and it is a fully online faith community of Unitarian Universalists with over, Carol, 3,000 members. It's an amazing resource for UUs, and they do a lot of amazing work around the country. And finally, as you leave, there is a treat table in our gathering space. Please get some goods, some baked goods, some amazing bakers we have in our community brought some gifts to share. So please, enjoy this morning, enjoy community, have some fun, eat some sugar. It's the holidays. Thank you.